Good morning to all. I am Dr. M. Mariraj, Assistant Professor. My research topic is Evaluation of Lichen Diversity in Nilgiri Hills Biosphere of Tamil Nadu. Introductions. There are about 22,000 of lichen species reported in the worldwide. In India, 2,700 lichen species are reported. The lichens absorb the water and solid substance from the air. They do not have the roots. The mycoplant absorb the water from the air and solid substance. The mycoplant is providing the water and air molecules to provide the photobionts algal. The algal doing photosynthesis, then algal the producing the organic molecules and carbohydrates and sugars. Then the algal is providing the nutrients to the fungus. So fungus also provide the water to the algae. So both organisms are mutually beneficiaries. Lichens do not have the protective layer of cuticles. Lichens is a pollution indicator. Economically importance of lichen is used as a food, fodder, medicine, dye, perfume industries, tanning industries, and etc. In India, the Nilgiris biosphere is the most popular tourist place in the Western Ghats. The Nilgiri biosphere was one of the important biodiversity hotspots in India. It is designed as the UNESCO World Network of Biosphere Reserve. The highest peak in the Nilgiri biosphere is Tottapeta with elevation of 2,637 meter from mean sea level. However, there is no serious exploration in the terms of estimation of lichens population in the biosphere since 1990s. Next, objectives of my research to collect the various lichens from the Nilgiri hills, to investigate the morphological characters of lichens, to analyze the anatomical characters of lichens, to evaluate the lichen compounds by thin layer chromatography, to documentation of the diversity distribution of lichens from Nilgiri hills. Next, materials and methods. The identification lichens. The compendium of the macro lichens, Nepal, Sri Lanka. The book was written by Dr. D.D. Avasthi, 2007. Dr. D.D. Avasthi is the father of Indian lichenology. He contributed in the lichenology is very more and lichen identification procedure orange et al. We followed in this study. Next, morphological studies on lichens. The present study analyzes the morphological features lichens such as isidia and soridian, medulla, cilia, rhizines, and upper lower surface of the thallus. The lichen morphological is very tough to identify. So we are using the stereo microscope used to identify the lichen morphological characters. Next, anatomical studies on lichens. The present study has evaluated the lichen anatomical features, medulla thickness, and fungal structures, and apotheciums, and spores, and etc. So, next we are using a thin layer chromatography method for lichen identification. This thin layer chromatography method used to identify the lichen biotic compounds. We are using the sorbent system C mixed toluene and acetic acids at 85 and 15 ratios. Next, results. Identification of lichens. The morphological identifications, chemical spot test, anatomical identification, and thin layer chromatography. We have four methods used to identify the lichen structure: foliose, fruticose, leprose, and etc. Then identify the genus of Formotrima, uh, either Heterotrima and Asnia. Then finally, I identify the species. Next, chemical spot test. This is the before C test. This is the fungal layer. Then C plus yellow. This is the calcium hypochlorite solution. C plus yellow. C positive is yellow color is changed. Then K test. Potassium hydroxide test. This is a red brownish color is indicate the some compounds. This is the one of the identification of the lichens. Next one is P test, paraphenylene diamine test. It's a red positive in the fungus medulla layer. Next one is anatomical identification of lichens. This is CS of cephalae in a pseudocephalae areata. The indicate this pseudocephalae. This inside the cephalae, the nostoc blue-green algae is present. Then another is another photoplant. The green algae Drifexia also present. So both algae is present in the pseudocephalae areata species. Next, we are using the thin layer chromatography method. Thin layer chromatography method used to identify the lichen biotic compounds. We are using the different solvent systems, toluene and acetic acids. We are using the UV chamber also to identify the 365 nanometer. Then we are extracting the Ramalina, Sapusilla, Parmotrima cuperi, Parmotrima reticulatum, Asneataceae and Leptogyrum sinescens, Asnea failure species. Then we are running the DLC. After running the DLC, we are spraying the 10 percentage of sulfuric acid. Then after spraying sulfuric acid, we put it in the hotter oven for 120 degrees for 3 minutes. Then the spot will appear in the colors, yellow colors, orange colors, violet colors. Based on the RF class, we are identify the lichen compounds. The lacnoric acid is RF class 3, the salicylinic acid is RF class 2, atenorin is a RF class 7, arsenic acid is RF class 6 to identify the lichens. Next, climatic condition of different acroclimatic zones in the Nilgiri Hills of Tamil Nadu, Udagamandalam, Kotagiri, Kunda, Kunnur, Kudalur, Pandalur and Tottapata Hills. Next, distribution of lichen diversity in the Nilgiri Hills. We have studied the Nilgiri Hills and identify the different species of foliose, fruticose and leafrose species. First, Fulia subclassina, Fulbuthrix, Chrysothrix, Parmotrima, Heteroderma, Flavoformilia. So we are identified the based on the TLC morphological and anatomical characters. Then we are recorded the elevation of the lichen thallus. Next, this is the lichen diversity distribution we are recorded in the Nilgiri Hills. During this our study, we are identify the Ramalina obtusata. This is the new record to Tamil Nadu. We are first time reported this lichen in Tamil Nadu. So in this Ramalina obtusata we are publishing in the Trees, Forest and People Journal in Impact 2.7. Next, distribution of lichen family diversity. The most of the family is present in the Formulaceae 56.7 percentage, and Cladoneaceae and Chrysothrixae and Telochytaceae. Telochytaceae is a very least amount of lichen species is present in the Telochytaceae family, and Ramalina is most second is 10.8 percentage of lichen species is present. Then 5.4 percentage of lichen species present in the Cladoneaceae family. Next, these are the picture diagram of the lichen species. The Canopalmea carnoprinata, the Pseudocephalaria areata, the Asnea species, and Ramalina celestri and Ramalina parmotrima astrocynus species. Next, this is the Parmotrima reticulatum. Next one is Chrysothrix chlorina, the Cladonia species, Heteroderma species, Graphix and Heteroderma diatomata species. Next, distribution of lichen growth form. We are analyzing the lichen growth form. The maximum number of lichens is present in the foliose form, 45.9%, then followed by fruticose lichens form is 35.1%, and crustose is 19%, 10.8%. The least amount of growth form is present in the leprose form, 2.7%. Next, distribution of lichen substrate specificity diversity in Nilgiris. The corticolous substrate, the park substrate 78.3%, maximum number of lichen in the corticolous substrate. Next, saxicolous is the rock surface. The rock surface is 9.1% of lichens is present in the saxicolous substrate, and the least amount of 2.7%. Muscicolous, the moss surface is present. Lichenicolous is 2.7%. Next, lichen population in Nilgiri. The maximum number of lichens is present in the Pandulu region 21.6% and Udagamandalam 13% and the least amount of lichen is recorded in the Kudalur region 8.1%. Lichen altitude diversity in Nilgiri Hills, maximum number of lichen is present in the 183 meter sea level 18.9%, then followed by 186 1 meter sea level 13% and 18,873 meter sea level 16.2%. The conclusion. The Formulaceae family was the predominant in the maximum record of 57.67%. The majority of lichen diversity was recorded at altitude the 979 meters sea level with total population of 21.6%. The Bruticus lichens Asnia species preferred the Indian point with altitude is 1813 meter above mean sea level. The substrate specificity of lichen was examined and corticolous lichen was abundant. The percentage of 78.3%, followed by saxicolous 8.1%, terricolous showed 5.4% least amount. The distribution of lichen form diversity showed the majority of lichen belong to the foliose form 45.9%. During this study, we are reported Ramalina Uptiseta. This is a new record to the Tamil Nadu that species will publish it in high impact journal trees and forest and faithful journal. Finally, thank you. Thank you for the giving opportunity, the academic excellence team. Thank you.